My clock says 7:30, so I think we can get started here. Move it over here. And bring the game up for me. Fantastic. All right. Okay, so hey everybody, it's Evie. I got we got a cool night ahead. We're gonna try to finish up Scarlet Hollow. We're gonna get through the end of episode 3 tonight, which will kind of bring us to the end of what's in the game right now. And there's a good chance, depending on how long this goes, it'll be a full stream. But if not, I have one or two other things we can take a look at. That would be fun. But for now, let's continue the adventures of our precious Thembo, Evie. And let's kick it. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a sippy first, though. Okay, if you recall, at the end of our last stream, we just finished having dinner over at Reese's place. We met Reese and his weird, controlling mom, who's a doctor and is maybe hiding something weird in her lab, her clinic, whatever. But we finished up with all that, and now we're going to the library. We're meeting up to go to Oscar's house to exorcise the ghost that is supposedly inside of it. All right. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Stella is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. Your fists have gotten you this far. If there is something in there, you can take it. If you're just now joining us, we're playing as a character who is both strong and hot. We've been doing it Thembo mode here. A ghost hunt seems like the perfect place to sneak in some smooching under the guise of splitting up and searching for clues. Maybe a special someone might be interested in breaking off from the rest of the group. Into the library. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar! Are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How's she doing? She is not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. You have your you got the dots, you got the dot generator. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. You gotta remember to say goodbye when you're done with the Ouija board, or else the ghost gets real mad. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Hey, I hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing. Always happy to offer a hand or two. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in there tonight. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered your bases. Maybe I spoke too soon. You know me, Kanika. I'm as level-headed as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday, and that mine only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were in there. I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. What do we do here? So far we've been playing it that we're open to the possibility of weird supernatural stuff. And we know what we saw. Those were some damn ghosts. Those mines were chock full of ghosts last night. After all my fruitless ghost hunts, I've basically convinced myself that ghosts weren't real, but last night we saw some really convincing evidence. Especially those figures you mentioned. Though I'm still 50-50 on whether they were cryptids or ghosts. Hopefully whatever happens tonight will help clear that up. I can't wait to wander through Oscar's house for a few uneventful hours before getting Rosalina tucked into bed. I could use a nice quiet night after everything we went through. That'd be too bad. I was kind of hoping to see a ghost. Maybe it'll be a happy medium between no ghost and deadly spirits of vengeance. A Casper situation might be nice. I envy your pessimism here, but I suppose it won't be long until we get to the bottom of things. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way I was gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. You love a character that's wearing a shirt with their own name on it. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... That's everyone. Wait, what about Tabby? What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. I guess she can catch up to us when she gets here. Well, if y'all are itching to get started, it's through the back. Follow me. You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house and the library. Looks like the sun is almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! You're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi, Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina. We're gonna let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting. It's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I gotta learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm still on pain meds. And our house is one story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. The doctors did say I should encourage you to practice walking. Okay, you can come along. But if you get tired or it starts to hurt, you let me know right away. Thanks, Dad. Let's get our house back. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Okay, it looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Hold it. You're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Tabby! I can't believe you had the audacity to give me the slip earlier today, Evie. After I explicitly asked you not to, at least you did me the courtesy of letting me know exactly where you'd be tonight so I didn't have to waste my time looking for you. Great. She made it. Wow, Evie, you really brought the whole gang together today. That's right, every person we've met today is basically in this room. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. Evie, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? She just wants to make sure I don't get hurt. Yeah, I'm looking out for my cousin. If y'all are gonna drag Evie into dangerous situations every night, you'll have to deal with having a chaperone, got it? Okay, sure, the mine was definitely dangerous, but a haunted house, come on. This is one of the least dangerous things someone can do. It's basically a slumber party. I don't know, Kanika. I usually don't see much action out in the woods, and you know Evie and I both wound up in a pretty hairy situation Monday night. Actually, there wasn't a whole lot of hair. Those things looked pretty hairless. I don't think we can rule out the possibility of grave danger. Exactly. I'm not underestimating how much danger Evie can find himself in, even while walking through a perfectly normal house. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same. I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. That made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. The ghost is just scared because I'm here. It knows it doesn't stand a chance. Flex. I didn't realize muscles were supposed to be some sort of paranormal deterrent. They are if you're Evie. That's fucking right. Maybe it's chill. I know if I were a ghost, I'd be mad chill. If you saw what I've seen, I don't think you'd be saying that. That's an interesting point, though. What if ghosts actually are friendly and they're only terrifying because they don't know how to be anything else? Yeah, like, I know if I were a ghost, I just vibe, but what if my vibes were bad and I didn't know it? I shudder to think of the possibilities. What did you rope me into, Evie? Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Look at how many fucking people are crammed into this room. That feeling again. Like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Yeesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Weird, I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. You don't use bleach to clean a carpet, Tabitha. Whatever, how was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? No, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of the carpet every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Hey, SK. Yeah, blood, 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 blood. The consensus is clear. The people want ghost blood. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? That's right, I've seen Barbarian. Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. A hatch. A hidden hatch. This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, all right. You got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. I like Gretchen down here. She was like, I don't know about this weird-ass hatch. Well, you tested it wrong. It can't be blood, right? Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor. And that's why it's so cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations, we've solved your ghost problem. That's right. Gretchen is living her best life. She is thriving. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella. This is my room and I need to know what's down there. Excuse me. Have you considered that they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Oh, hell yeah. It's ghost time, baby. You come into Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder and there's something about the air that feels wrong. Yep, very normal basement. As soon as you open the hatch, it just explodes in darkness. It's stale with an undercurrent of mold and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Let's see. It was the ghosts. Hey, Zobunny. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, I remember when y'all played it. You know, Tabitha wasn't with you. Zoe. So we're playing Scarlet Hollow, and we're in a ghost house with our weird cousin who kind of hates us, but maybe not as much now that we spend some time with her. It's weird. No way, it had to have been something nasty in that basement. The whole town is full of old tunnels. Wouldn't surprise me if that's why that hatch was sealed in the first place. Let's get the hell out of here before the bad air gives us brain damage. Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Yes, playing this again has really made me warm up to Tabitha. I think she's great. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must be misremembering things. Let's go. What if the others are passed out in Oscar's house or somewhere deeper in the library? I know you like to play hero, but us getting those kids out of the mine last night was dumb enough, and we shouldn't have done it. At the very least, we shouldn't push our luck here. Going back for them wouldn't do them any good. If they're not outside or in the library, we'll call the cops and let them take care of it. We don't want to wind up passing out again. We're of no use to anyone like that. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. Something isn't right, understatement of the century. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having a stroke at the same time? Oh, this thing. Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew. I'm gonna pinch Tabitha. You reach forward and pinch your cousin. Ow! Hey, what was that for? You suddenly remember you're supposed to pinch yourself to see if you're dreaming. Tabitha glares at you. There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look... Wait, do you hear music? Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. All the horrible, like, crunching noises. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Huh? Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. Yeah, cut it out. Yeah, the artwork for the Possessed Friends is super good. It's very creepy. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardine? Eddie? You gotta be kidding me. Well, we're gonna try to snap her out of it. You grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance, but as you try to pull her shoulder, it's as if she's held back by invisible ropes. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have showed up here of all places. Hey, Current Quiet. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to chill, hang out, lurk if you like. We're all about chill vibes here. If you're caught, I don't think you'd understand what Father might do. We're going to listen for a second. Instead of responding, you decide to stand back and listen instead. It's like she's got some kind of script. Maybe when it's done, she'll go back to normal. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to the Western Front, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up. Shut up! Edwardine Scarlet, do you know that name? Tabitha tenses. Of course I do. She's our great-grandmother. And Stella knows that, but if this is some kind of possession, there's no way it's her ghost. Edwardine died in the estate. There's no reason she would be haunting the annex. You should just get out of town while you can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. Yeah, having Tabitha here is really interesting because she's going to know, like, so much more than we do. Let her go, please. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. Yeah, totally. Yeah. The way this game is put together, like, there has to be, like, other ways to get that information. Yes, the art in this game is really good. Let's see. Where would we? Okay. Getting out of here before anything else happens. I don't think we're in the woods. I don't think we ever left the house. No way. Come on. We're going back inside. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. I'm going after Stella. You don't have to come with me. You push forward, ignoring Tabitha's grip on your arm as you follow the path through the thick foliage. The two of you are met by a closed door standing in the middle of the garden's greenery. That's ominous. Let's try it. But there can't be anything behind it. It's just standing there. You ignore her, walking forward and reaching for the doorknob. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Is she gonna try to call the cops? Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Junior, pack your things. Quickly, hurry. Jeez, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Wait, what did Rosalina say? Okay, alright. Okay, I'll pack real good. I don't think playing along is helpful. You don't really know what you're supposed to say here. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Oh. What are they talking about? You need a lot of things spelled out for you, don't you? They're talking about the original collapse in the Shaw mine. The mine we were in last night. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like there are others on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think you're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? We'll keep listening. You maintain your focus back on the scene in front of you. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. And what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. People keep talking to us. Who are we supposed to be? We've been called Charlie twice now. We're probably supposed to be the same person we were in the last room. So we've got to be playing the ghost, right? Back when it was alive? This must be right after the Shaw mine collapsed in 1918. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're going to have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in the empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We both died and we're in hell. Let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we're not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, at least, happened right after the Shaw mine collapsed in 1918. I think the only option on the table right now is for us to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. There's so many ditchlings here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were too scared to come back to the estate on Monday. Well, I wasn't scared. Okay. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. Gonna take a quick sip. You're outside and it's night, a false moon looming massive in the painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fish from the bottom of a pond. What magic words do I have to say to get you let us go? I'm sorry, okay? Whatever my family did to piss you off so much, I'm sorry. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? So the game itself takes place in modern day. It's just that we happen to be in a house that's haunted by this ghost, which is showing us what happened when it was alive, or it appears to be showing us what happened when it was alive. Okay, where was I? Let's listen again. Yeah, no problem. This is the 3 episodes into like what's supposed to be a 5-episode game, I think. So it's a little bit in the middle of things. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? Yeah, so it mentioned before that Edwardine and Charlie together. You finally let the figure continue. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you, but it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. Oh, thank you for following. It's totally understandable. My VODs aren't up anymore, but you can, if you search for EV Anarch on YouTube, you can see the first 2 parts, or just play the game itself. The game is pretty fantastic. But still, thank you for following. Thanks for coming by. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would be sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the 2 of you? Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. What do you know about Enoch, Tabitha? A great-great-grandfather. He was in charge of the mines when they collapsed. I don't know much about it besides that, so don't bother asking. What happened to our parents? We talked about this? Assuming the ghost is Charlie, his parents were driven out of town after the Shaw mine collapsed in 1918. Were you not paying attention? Look, I'm having trouble connecting the dots here. Leave me alone. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the hollow. Kanika mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. What's that about misfortune and stepping outside the holler? Is the town cursed? That's where you'll find them. You need her there, and read what I've written down, and be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do until we get to the end. Or until we die, whichever. Before the 2 of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of saccharine and stomach churning scent of decay. There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. Oh, that's fucked up. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Ugh. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? We're going to talk to Wayne. Yep, Wayne's here. Hi, Wayne. I could squish a ditchling too if I wanted to. Those things are like hollow. You really don't have to be afraid. Not of me, not of the creature that's trapped you in this vision. Tabitha grabs your arm, her grip tight and nervous. Yes, you do. What unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, Evie. Why can't you do as I ask and stay out of trouble? But that girl won't let you, will she? Stella? Is that her name? Perhaps I should pay her a visit soon, if she makes it out alive. Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Stella. Hey, so you still into him? Because I wouldn't mind shooting my shot. Oh, that's the truly wild option to take. Hey, are you okay? That couldn't have been easy for you to see. Why wouldn't I be okay? Let's just keep going. I hate that. The two of you step out from the brush and into a long wooden corridor lined by bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourselves looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. Yeah. Yeah, Wayne wasn't as, like, standoffish. But to be fair, I did try to punch him. You quietly wait and let the spirit continue. Damn it, Junior, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but the damn snake Enoch went behind my back. Oh, what bullshit. Is something on your mind? It was Charles Shaw's fault. That's just a fact. Is that a fact, or is that just what you've been told? It's in the history books. It's fact. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. I'm guessing this request didn't really pan out. Yeah, I don't think we'd be here if it did. Damn it, boy, I may not have till the morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back. And at the very least, show that Enoch what bastard what for. I promise. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. This ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears through the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over all of it, both all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Okay, who's this? You keep asking me things like I know any better than you do. We're both seeing the same rooms. You're the one who grew up here. I just thought you might recognize stuff. It's not like this is exactly what the real world looks like, is it? How am I supposed to recognize anything when it's all messed up like this? For all we know, none of this even happened. I mean, if any of this did happen, who's to say it's even close to an accurate interpretation? We're watching the memories of a dead man. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of the Scarlet's lies, like you, Charles Shaw. Tabitha, does our family have a history of locking folks up in some sort of rich people dungeon? What a ridiculous question. Of course not. I think I would know if our family had a history of imprisoning human beings in the estate. Is that a thing people actually do? A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Tabitha's eyes go wide. Fruit is in... Shh, let it talk. I think this might be important. You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside, you'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. We're going to remain silent. Maintain your silence. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. Why? Why should I leave? This guy has nobody to blame but himself. You hear that, Ghost? You were given every warning. You could have just left. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die. But if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? Gonna remain silent. Ah, you've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Stella. This is like being stuck in some sort of soap opera. Let's hope this one doesn't last 20 seasons. We have to be nearing the climax, right? How does it know that? This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. That room. What was the deal with that room? You heard what it said. It was some kind of prison. Why are you asking me like I know? Let's just keep going. Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place. Hopefully. You and Tabitha walk after Stella and into the darkness. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. Stella stares at you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Hey, Ark. This is very cool. This game is great. Yeah, Tabitha did have some reactions to that door. Like, it sounded defensive in a way that she maybe actually knew what it was. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. It's a gift. Take it. I can't believe that ghost is making Stella humiliate herself like this by doing a baby voice. It's embarrassing. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so they don't smash it. Though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make some real money if you put on a show for people. Dang, even possessed Stella is out here trying to monetize hobbies. Don't joke, you're pissing off the ghost. A traveling show? And you want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along that beach. I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. Again with the beach. The beaches are nice, I get it. If I ever got a vacation, that's where I'd go. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Ooh. There. Are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you. Or Tabitha can get in another word. Yep, nothing good ever happens on sand. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. The trapdoor. Are we back in Rosalina's room? We must be. Which one of us is going to open it? Why are you asking that? Are you scared? Of course not. It creaks open all its own. Oh god, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and stumble through the hatch. Oh shit. Took some digging, but it's there. The map is right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy to get. Eddie? Oh. That's so brutal. Oh god, I'm actually gonna be sick this time. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. So, Edwardine was a murderer. I'm sure she had a good reason. This isn't very fair, you know. We only saw one side of the story. Isn't only one side of the story what the Scarlets have been giving since 1918? Shut up. Ah, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? Let it continue. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I've been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No, it is absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit! And what happens if we refuse? Then I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. The sentence has been handed down. Make your choice. I hope I didn't come too late. Mom? All of you had better get out of here before the spirit regains its composure. This is certainly a strong one, isn't it? Don't worry about the others. They're safe. I got your call, Tabitha, but it was definitely not easy getting down here. Get us out of this pit, Sybil. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone could stumble across it. Why is that my problem? Wait, what? Yeah, this... Yeah, Tabitha calls Sybil. I guess I guess I didn't ask Tabitha who she called. I thought she was calling the cops, but I guess she called Sybil. Yeah, that's really neat. It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who's actually lived in this town. It's only right. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to the demands of some dead guy. I'm not leaving before I put this thing to rest. You take a step towards the spotlight. As you move, you feel Tabitha's hand on your shoulder. Evie, what are you doing? Where are Oscar and Rosalina gonna live if I don't do this? Is that what you're worried about? Good God, don't give up years for your life just for somebody's rental. I own properties. I can let them rent from me. I'll even throw it a discount. What if someone walks to the annex and gets stuck in this labyrinth of impossible rooms? Then we'll close up the library. It might just go away on its own. Who knows? Oh no, Tabby, no. Why give up something like years of your life to some ghost who might not even be telling the truth? We've been sentenced by ghosts and all we got was a 105 discount. That's right. I think this is the one. Our family ruined Charlie's life. We have a responsibility to make things right. Sybil is right here. Please don't do this. You wordlessly step into the spotlight. For the first time in what feels like hours, the earth around your feet feels solid, real, but also soft. You feel it pressing on all sides, cold and growing tighter by the second as the soil settles. Your arms tear at the earth until they break through into the air. As you gasp for breath, you take a look into the pit behind you. Charlie's mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the pit. You're only able to maintain your gaze for a moment before exhaustion overwhelms you. With the last of your strength, you hoist yourself from the pit and collapse on the floor. You feel like death. No, Evie, what happened to you? You look awful. It's done, Tabitha. If you have any regrets, keep them to yourself. You try and think of words to say, but you're still delirious from what happened, and you struggle to form coherent thoughts. Come along, Evie. Let's get you home. You quietly walk towards the stairs. Sybil lends you her arm and guides you out of the library, Tabitha trailing close behind. You're outside. It's real this time. The cool breeze chills you deeper than it should, and you realize just how drained you feel. Your legs are heavier, harder to lift as you make your way down the steps of the library, your lungs wheezing as if you run a marathon. You can almost feel how pale your face has become, your lips dry and thin, your hands almost trembling with the effort of raising them to your face as you trace the new lines and furrows that have formed there. I'm gonna go wait by the car. Just let me know when you're ready to go home. Your cousin walks off before you get the chance to respond. I'm gonna peace out too. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. Later, Zane. See you, Rosalina. See you, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you earlier in the night. I had no idea what y'all were planning to do. How are we supposed to know it would be like that? Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now's not the time to be poking around in the supernatural. I thought you would learn that lesson yesterday. But magic isn't real. I mean, it's not supposed to be. God, that hurt. Everything is so... Kanika stops mid-sentence and says she realized what's happened to you. Oh my god. Evie, you poor thing. Yes, the vignetting is real intense right here. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. And poor Rosalina. I'll make sure to bring them both some tea later. I think I have just the thing. Mom, this is no time for tea. Jesus, the girl's lost a leg. She needs real medication. Real medication comes from natural ingredients, doesn't it? What I have to offer is no different than what Dr. Kelly would prescribe. And besides, after all you've seen, are you really so sure that you have that much of a grasp on the real and unreal? That's a good question. Are they gonna, like, you know, tear out the hatch or something? Evie, did you? Sacrifice years of my life to get rid of your ghost and to close our age gap. Oh, that's funny. It better be over, because I feel like I just aged at least a decade. It is definitely something. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could possibly make this up to you. So it's true then. That ghost really took away years of your life. I am afraid so. Everything in this world has a price, and those years were unfortunately what it took to put that spirit to rest. I can't believe Tabitha let you do that. It's outrageous. If anyone should have paid a price to put that ghost to rest, it should have been her. You don't even live here. You're barely even a Scarlet. It's just so unfair. I agree. It is unfair. But I did my best to sway her, and what's done is done. There's no use dwelling on things. Kanika takes a deep breath and sighs. You know, Evie, the salt and pepper look is good on you. Maybe this isn't all bad. Kanika. Sorry, just trying to be positive. Stella's way better at that. Is she okay? I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost and she's standing off by herself. It'd be a normal reaction from anyone else who just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about. Well, Tabitha was offering the discount to, like, Oscar and Rosalina. But also, yes, we should definitely still get the discount after sacrificing a decade of our life to fix something that she should have been dealing with. Hey, Stella, are you okay? What? Oh. 5, maybe $10, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll see you guys later. She hurries off down the road. God, if just like the idea, like I like the idea of like doing that and then never letting anyone forget about it for the rest of the game. It's like, well, I'm the one who sacrificed a decade of my life. I don't know. I don't see you just see me complaining about it. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because someone goes chasing after her. If anything, it'd just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. And nobody here should be rushing after anyone right now. That goes doubly for you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. You better not get any ideas either, Evie. You need time to recover. There is another carving in there. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights? And if you still are right and there's another one in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. Have you been finding carvings around town? This is news to me, too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. How could I have been so careless? After everything she went through the last day, how could I have let this happen? You actually tried pretty hard to warn us about things, Oscar. None of us took you seriously enough. He was the person who was just like, no, this is actually a ghost. Something weird is actually happening here. Well, I should have done a better job warning you. I should have known how bad it could have gotten in there. I shouldn't have let Rosalina come with us. Dad, what did I tell you? Stop blaming yourself. You couldn't have stopped me. If you tried, we were just going to sneak in after you. Yeah, Rosalina was going to make us go in there no matter what. You didn't put a ghost in our house. This is not on you. I know you've both had a difficult time with this, but the storm has passed. Things will start getting better from here. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms. He vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Wait, are you serious? Should we be worried about her? You could choose hot or scary, depending on... that's very funny. We're going to choose one of these hot options. Everyone did, and nobody liked that. Everyone thought that was weird. He also crushed a ditchling under his boot. It was actually kind of hot. Oh my god, gross. Ew. I haven't seen this guy, but I get it. Some people are into the thrill of danger. There was someone else in there, but that's my house. Rosalina and I live there. Did he say anything else to you? We don't need to trouble Evie for any more details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. You really get the impression that Sybil is not telling you the whole story about what's going on here. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other, though none of them technically gave any of their years away. You can see how exhausted they are, how unsettled. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything. At least up until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. I should head back with Tabitha. And I should probably head back inside. It's starting to get chilly out, and there's work to do to get Rosalina set up for the night. Don't be a stranger. Let us know if you need anything, Oscar. I will. Thank you, all of you, again. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Evie? If I manage to get out of bed, then yeah. Don't make me laugh. Kanika warily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight about what's happened to you, but let's not get into it here. Yeah, everyone's pretty chill about that. It seemed like that got forgotten pretty quickly. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the team room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Evie. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. I guess it's just the two of us now. Do you regret coming along tonight? I can't believe you're the one being apologetic right now. These bruises are temporary, you know. Hot. Do it. Yep. Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days. But it was also kind of amazing for that. I don't know if that makes sense, but with how many other people can say they were possessed by a ghost? Next time we hang out, let's just do dinner and a movie. Avery chuckles, then grabs at the ribs, wincing. Gotta admit, this probably brought us closer than any dinner and a movie ever could. Nothing like shared traumatic experiences, right? But I guess we shouldn't aim to have any more of them. I'll make you some pesto and fettuccine. Seems like a much less dangerous way to spend an evening. Sounds good. Cool. Anyway, I better head home and get some rest. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. And I hope you feel better soon. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Damn it, I wasn't even thinking. I didn't do the flirt. Fuck. I lost 10 years of my life and I missed my shot. God damn it. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. As soon as you get into the car, yeah, it is one of those days. You ever have one of those days where all your friends get possessed by a ghost and then you lose 10 years of your life and you learn that your family commits like systematic murder and then you miss your shot on your crush? It's a real bummer. As soon as you get into the car, the exhaustion of the night's events overwhelms you. The ache in your bones becomes a dull throb as your body sinks into the seat. Your eyelids pull shut as if weighted by lead sheets. We're back. Do you need me to carry you inside? I don't want to think about how many years of gains got undone tonight. You're back inside. The chill of the night breeze is a little better here, but your legs are numb with exhaustion. Well, we're back. I have to imagine you want to go to bed. I want to talk about Wayne. Really talk. Do you really have the energy to keep talking? Do you think he's actually going to hurt Stella? No. He's a creep. I don't think he has it in it to hurt him. Hurt her. Now I don't know if you've noticed, but Stella is irritatingly resourceful. She'll be fine. Why is he following me? He's a creep, stalking his ex's cousin. All the more reason not to talk to him. He's a different man now. Stay away from him. You really don't want me talking to him. What does he know that you're afraid I'll find out? I just know him. Please trust me when I say he's bad news. Talking isn't doing much good for your condition. If you keep going, you might just collapse on the floor. You can barely stand right now. We're getting you to bed. You're too tired to possibly object. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days. That's all. And then the bus comes. You know, I don't have to leave the holler. I could get used to this place. You're delirious. Anyway, night. See you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Before your thoughts can drift away to nightmarish recollections of hours past, your phone buzzes on the nightstand. Hey, sorry I ran off earlier. Wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much. So sorry you got hurt in there. Just need some time to get a handle on things. Sorry. God, you're not the one who got turned old by Ghost Stella. Do you need to talk? Put your phone back on the nightstand. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The specter of the night's events will linger over you for every day you have left, a grim reminder of the price you willingly paid for the crimes of a family you never met. Maybe it'll be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than they do now. Maybe you can still right the capsized ship of your now broken life. Or maybe things will only get worse from here. This is the end of episode 3. Saved. Continue. Credits. Okay. So that's what's in the game now. Yes. Woot indeed. This game is so good. I really dig it. Going back to... Okay. All right. So that didn't quite get us to 2 hours, which is my usual runtime, right? So maybe we could try a little something else. I should have tried punching. I should have tried punching the ghost more. Okay, how about... All right, y'all. I got 2 options. So Black Tabby Games, which made Scarlet Hollow, recently released a demo of another game that they're working on called Slay the Princess. I have that. We could check that out. Or I also have El Paso Nightmare, which is not by Black Tabby Games. It's by Strange Scaffold, and it's a horror FPS. That's like it's a prequel to El Paso Elsewhere, which is like coming out next year, and it's supposed to be is really exciting. Anyway, I could do either one of those. Is there a preference among the people in the chat? The cool thing about Slay the Princess is that it's voice acted, so I don't have to talk at all. Or at least talk less. I wouldn't not talk at all. We'll talk a little less. Slay the Princess would be neat. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, let's close up Scarlet Hollow for now. But yes, I'm super glad I had the chance to run through Scarlet Hollow again. Especially so close to the next entry coming out. Let's do... What are you doing here? Game capture. Different game capture. Slay the Princess. So every entry is 1 day a week. I think so far that's been the case, but I think after, like, I think the next 2 episodes are going to compress, or they're going to cover more ground. Because I think they've said that there's 5 parts. Okay, there we go. let's change this to slay the princess. Change that to slay the princess. Is that in there? Okay, yes it is. Okay. Nope. Yep. Okay. Slay the princess. Don't want to do the voice. You know what? I'm going to give myself a break. We're going to keep the voice acting on. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The narration is too quiet. Okay, hold on. Oh, that music volume is... Oh, it's already all the way up. All right, 1 second. We're gonna boost it on this end. Try that. Do a little bit of that. Oh. Someone did... Something happened. Oh, Ark, thank you for following. Can you hear the music now? Okay, all right. Should be good. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds,
all right,
no more trees,
I should read the options before I click on them.
Of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
That's a good point.
You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Yeah, we do have a lot of sunk cost in this situation. Might as well follow through. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, that's got a point. I don't like the monarchy. Yeah, it's a good point. We don't have any guarantee that this princess is gonna end the world. Can't someone else do this?
That were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Well, letting the princess live boosts the local. Yeah, that's right. But we gotta think of the tourism. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I bet it's not as bad as all that.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's a good point. That's a good point, voice inside my head.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, maybe the narrator's lying.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You know what? We're going to talk to her first. We don't need the knife to do that. So let's just go on down there.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Okay, man, settle down.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
I like how she's drawn with, like, specifically with, like, huge eyes. Just start with what's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Okay. Yeah, she is just kind of locked up inside of a nondescript cabin.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Yeah, that'd be weird. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
So she's been down here for so long, she either ontologically doesn't have a name and is just Princess, or she's been down here for so long that she can't remember what her name is. Yeah, there's something like weirdly
Okay,
like
that's weird.
yeah, that's weird.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs.
Hey, Nicole, good night.
Slay her before it's too late.
Okay, I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up in here for a reason. Yeah, the idea of like a true name. That could also be a factor here.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Okay, so she apparently also doesn't know what's going on.
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
I mean, I just want to know what you've been eating and drinking down here if you've been down here for so long. I feel like it's a
the
pretty
only time
reasonable
this
question.
Is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
Hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
That's sad. Oh, thank you for the follow, Bastet.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I feel like that's a very uncharitable.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Hey, now, I just...
It's not like you'd believe me.
Look, lady, let's get down to brass tacks. Are you evil or not? I can't believe I've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. We're gonna bust on out of this place.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Something about this whole thing stinks.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Yeah.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still laying around up there. If not, maybe I could find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, damn it.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Well, shit.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Oh my
before raising
God.
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Well, that escalated quickly.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Yup, uh-huh. Also, hey, Anna.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I bet it would be just fine. We're gonna free that princess, even though her trying to chew through her arm to escape her chains is a little weird.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged,
Pretending her arm is from the McRib.
princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
We don't know that McRibs aren't human flesh.
Into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Oh, okay. That's good.
No, she didn't.
You know what? That is a little weird. If you chew through and also sever your arm without saying anything, that's a little weird.
She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Well, she could be excited about the prospect of freedom.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, she's not a people person.
I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Hey, that's some bullshit. Also, what's going on with our arm?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Gotta warn her.
Stop that.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
So the deck is stacked.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges? Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
We're gonna fight it.
The blade! Move the blade!
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you. I'll try and make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew.
Oh my god. She's got fangs. Yeah, I don't know what like the different voices at this point.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness.
That is possible
Dress
because like
stained red,
she
seeps into the fabric.
because like we only started like getting the voice of the hero as we were getting close to the cabin.
When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault.
I mean, I'll be dead. I won't really care what
It
happens.
can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, we'll get him next time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yeah,
And in the
rip one
basement
life.
of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Okay, so the narrator isn't aware of the nature
If he
of the
doesn't
loop.
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
The voice of the hero is distinct from the narrator. He also remembers what happens.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her.
He's
Just have
he's
to find a
gaslighting. Oh no. We're being gaslit. We're being gatekept. We got girl bossed. The voice of the doubting's also in here too.
Is there another one of us in here? Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute
Yeah,
ago.
all the G's.
Sure, and all of us in here definitely believe you.
Yeah, we're starting to get a little Disco Elysium in
Just
here.
Stay focused on the task at hand.
Okay, let's go to the cabin.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
That's right, I get it. You know, you lie, cheat, steal, kill, win. Everybody's doing it, in the
don't
words of the
believe a word she
poets.
says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say the word wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely empty. The air stale and musty, the floor and walls covered in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, we're not going to take the knife this time. Well, I guess we didn't take it last time, but we're not going to pick
The
it up.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries softly up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. It's even more hypnotizing than before.
It sounded basically the same to me,
Is it
man.
more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be?
That's right. We want to find a way to absolve ourselves of what's going on.
Love.
Okay, buddy, slow down.
For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
I'm
There's
sorry.
a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Well, something's
She's still so
weird about
beautiful.
this.
And she has both of her arms again. Did everything we just went through actually happen? It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
You. I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
Well, one of the chains not being attached was last time. Like, she was only held by one chain. And yes, she definitely looks way more anime here. Oh, I got an achievement, the damsel. Oh. Oh. Nicole Good, I thank you for coming by. And checking out the stream. Alright, we're gonna do... I want to try something real quick.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, we're gonna leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Yeah, it seems like you're always gonna get to the path, at least, or at least get to the cabin once. Good, maybe everybody should die. That's what they get.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
I don't know if I believe that.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Sounds like not my problem.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An
Oh no.
infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Infinite repeating cabins.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me.
So we're in a situation where there's like
the world.
infinite permutations of something that will happen, but the causality before we get to that point is already set at a specific point. We're in the cat box.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
And we know that it has to end with the princess being slayed.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
That's right. We got to kill the box. We got to find the box and then kill it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll slay that princess. She's got it coming.
Such magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time.
There's a gigantic wall around the cabin.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Maybe we should believe her.
Yeah, maybe we should believe her.
She isn't a liar.
Maybe.
Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
I don't know.
The interior of the cabin is odd, the air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths, causing it to tilt towards the door. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
That's a fucked up table.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, the blade is like weird. Is like
If he wants us to take
they're like
it,
weird
maybe we
variations.
should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
See, this one is speaking my language.
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
I don't know, it's been pretty fucky so far. We'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
Oh, that's very creepy.
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? I think we'd all like to know.
I'm sure it can't be that bad.
Carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Okay, this is also different.
She
Oh,
locks eyes with you,
goodness.
one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile. Good lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
We'll hold on this image for a second, just so everybody can, like, drink it in as I drink some water.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I had a friend.
It was a thyroid issue. Yeah, we shouldn't judge her like that. Yes. Okay, I want to do one more.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
Slayer, okay. I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
Yeah, lie, cheat,
We're
steal,
not gonna
kill,
go
win.
through.
Got it.
Ignore him. He doesn't.
There's an idea. Steel cage match.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture.
Only one of us is
a
leaving this
plain
cabin with the
wooden
money in the bank
Perched on
briefcase.
that, the blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Doing her a favor.
Who's
Got it.
there?
Who's there?
It's commanding. Almost as though she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, okay. This is a little. I think this is a little different because we were so like gung ho about getting in here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, I don't think she's mentioned as being like coldly beautiful previously.
Are you here to kill me or something?
Oh, well, we gave the game away. Oh no. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Nah, we're in it to win it now.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Nope. We're gonna do the thing. We're definitely gonna do it, and we're not gonna get murdered.
Charged, Princess, blade trembling in your hand. You've
Or
already lost.
I guess
the
we
battle.
would be the one murdering.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated.
Yeah, I guess not.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat, with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes black, and you die.
Well, we'll get her next time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, because we lost the match, we fall down the rankings. We're gonna have to do a bunch of dark matches
You're here to
before
slay
we can
her.
kind of show up again.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, it seems like the second chapters are all different based on kind of what happens in the first one. Yep, she's
Such
got it coming.
magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time. I have one last warning. She
Yep,
will
lie,
lie.
cheat, steal.
It's not her lies that'll stop us.
Oh, great.
I must admit, I'm a little worried about going back in there. I don't want to be as much of a downer as my new roommate, but we were definitely outclassed last time. She seems more demon than princess. Ignore them, they don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. Don't get all in your head about it.
That's right, you can't get psyched out. You can't defeat yourself before you enter the fight.
The interior of the cabin is larger than it should be. The only item of furniture is a plain wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
There are no windows?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table.
Yeah, the table is different.
It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are wide and deep. The air seeping up from below is heavy and oppressive, with an odd, eggy stink to it.
An eggy
If the princess
stink.
lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's somehow even fiercer than it was before.
Of course it is. Don't let it intimidate you.
The voice of the broken is really pushing this into Disco Elysium
You
vibes.
carefully make your way down the stairs.
Oh,
As you descend
okay.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Is it just me, or is she bigger than last time? It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
I told you. It's pointless.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
Huh. Okay. Well, this game seems very rad. I think I'm very excited to see more of it. There's 7 endings in the demo. I won't continue to kind of see if there's any more of them. Let's see what we got here. We've been going for a little over 2 hours. That's about the time that I put into one of these. I'm gonna switch it over to here. Come on. Come on. Let me... There I am. Okay. Thanks to everybody who came by to hang out as we finished Scarlet Hollow and played some Slay the Princess. Thanks to Zobunny for the raid earlier. Thanks to Nicole Goodnight for swinging by. Your voice acting in this game is really magnificent. I'm excited to see the full thing. And thanks to each and every one of you who came by. This was a lot of fun. Should I do a raid or something? Got some people watching this time. Let's see who's on. Do. Let's hop over to Skeletom's stream. He's playing Grim Fandango, which is a great game. Wait, no, it's not exclamation point. It is that. There we go. All right. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.